Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited to start posting on here. What I really want to post and share with you guys is pretty much my experience, my journey going throughout fitness, and honestly, lifestyle overall. Because fitness and making progress in terms of fitness, it's a lot deeper than just working out and changing what you eat. Now, that's generally what it is to see physical differences, but it's definitely a lifestyle. And honestly, once you incorporate it into your life just gets so much better. And that's a really big thing I would love to share with you guys because it's just been great for me. And I want to share as much as I can with you guys to try and help and guide you guys towards a similar path. So I'm going to start out generally, very general, how I made progress from this physique to my current physique in about 6 months. Today is March 25th, 2023, and I started making bigger changes on October 22nd, 2022. That was a really low point in my life, right? So I started going to the gym more, started going more consistently, just really just going at it, just lifting really heavy and trying to stay consistent as possible. And what I want to share, pretty much some tips of how I made such a drastic change in 6 months. Basically, what you really need to do, you're trying to lose weight, right? You need to get that out of your head because weight does not matter. Like, you can look at anybody, pretty much most people who go to the gym, they probably weigh a lot, right? But they don't look fat or anything. Like, I'm gonna be blunt because my original goal was to lose weight when I started going to the gym, and that did not do anything because I struggled with eating disorders in the past. Honestly, I had a really bad relationship with food since I was 8 years old, and that's a very common thing, believe it or not. Not saying that just to like push that aside. That is something you really need to face and deal with for you to be able to make a difference in your life. And I started noticing a difference when I started facing that part of myself. The fact that I didn't want to gain weight. I was scared of gaining weight. I ended up gaining weight regardless because I was so scared of it and I did not have a good relationship with food. Going back to my point, the biggest differences I started noticing were when I started eating enough food and lifting a good amount of weight. Because lifting a bunch of weight will not make you bulky. I promise you that. If that's like a fear you have, that takes years to start looking bulky. My guess is about like 4 or 5 years of extremely intense and heavy lifting and eating a lot, like probably until you throw up every single day. Maybe not every single day. You get the point though. It's extremely intense and difficult to get bulky. So do not worry about that. Because muscle does take a while to start building and for it to be noticeable that you're gaining muscle. Also, muscle weighs more than fat. Freshman year of high school, I weighed 130 pounds, but I looked completely different from what I do now. Right now, I weigh 130 pounds. The thing is, I completely changed my body composition by focusing on muscle gaining, not fat loss, and not weight loss either. So avoid doing too much cardio because that's just damaging to all your muscles, to your body, if you're overstraining yourself doing cardio. And also, if you're trying to lose weight by doing cardio, you'll lose weight, but you're also going to lose muscle and you're not going to look the way you want to look. So my biggest takeaways from this are eat enough of food. If you don't know what enough food is for you, you can go online, look up macronutrient calculator. Basically what macronutrients are, that's your daily calorie intake divided by the nutrients you need, being fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. For your brain to function properly, you need fats. Do not avoid fats. You can find good fat. I do recommend to avoid saturated fats though, because those are just not good for you. It causes, like, you just don't feel well after eating too many saturated fats. Also, in that, there's a bunch of sodium. One, you do need sodium, but not too much sodium. You're just more hungry. You want to eat more. You want to eat more sodium-filled foods, more saturated fatty foods, which again is not good for your health. Proteins, obviously, you need to restore the muscle after you annihilate it in the gym for it to grow back properly. And carbohydrates, you need that for energy to be able to push yourself in the gym. The reason you need to eat enough is to pretty much allow your body to recover from the workout you're doing. Because if you're not eating enough, there's no point in going to the gym at that point, because you're just straining your body for no reason. But you need to be eating enough regardless. For you to lose fat, if you want to start burning fat more, you can go in a slight calorie deficit. I'd say like 100 to 200 calories deficit daily. And again, you can find your maintenance with the macronutrient calculator online. That's also where you can find your maintenance calorie intake, and it should also give you your surplus calorie intake if you want to focus on more optimal muscle growth and building. And you also have to be drinking enough water. I'd say 1 to 2 gallons of water a day. Sounds like a lot, but you need it. You really do need it. I mean, we need water to live, so again, with sodium, that's extremely important because it's an electrolyte. We need that to retain water in our bodies, because if not, you're just peeing all the water out. Then you always feel dehydrated no matter how much water you drink. So I'd say about 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day, depending on who you are, because everyone's body is different. If anything, you could just look up your measurements online, like your weight and your height, and it should give you how much sodium you need a day. And you can also do that with every other electrolyte you need. And this is very important just to keep your head on right, to keep your head, your mind sharp and everything, so you feel well as well. Like, I started seeing difference by December. So from October 2022 to December, that's when I saw like a huge difference in myself. And with that, I honestly just became addicted to always growing, improving in some way. Now that's just the general part of it. The deeper part of it, I really want to get into, because like I said, fitness, the lifestyle, it is a genuine lifestyle. Like, it is not just working out, going to the gym, and eating right. It's way more than that. It is a mentality, and it's not just with the gym, it's the way you see life as well. So a big thing for me to be able to do this, because it was difficult, I got my first gym membership 3 years ago, and I only started noticing a difference 6 months ago because of the way that I was approaching it. So 3 years ago, I struggled very difficultly. Is that English? Is that a proper word? I don't know. But basically 3 years ago, I struggled with an eating disorder. I was very bulimic. I was scared of gaining weight. I thought I could lose weight by doing a bunch of cardio, not eating enough. Now, the reason this does not work is because, one, you are slowly killing yourself, which is not good. You need to take care of your body, and you need to eat for your brain to function properly, for you to think logically about things, so you don't do these silly little things like starving yourself and doing a bunch of cardio. 2, I didn't even look the way I wanted to. I always hated the way I look. I ended up just looking skinny fat, and I always felt like trash. I just felt like garbage, and I had extremely low self-esteem, which is horrible for anybody. Like, you really just need to be secure in yourself to have a happy life, and I was not happy at all. That was one of the lowest points in my life, when I struggled with my eating disorder, because I really let it consume me. But the way that I made such a difference is because in October 2022, a lot of things were just not great for me. They were not ideal. I mean, in retrospect, they definitely were, because that was a huge turning point in my life. Without those things happening, I never would have made these changes that I have made in my life, and I never would have been the person that I am today, which is why I am beyond grateful for the things that happened back in 2022. It was a very wild year, but I'm so grateful for that, because again, I would not be where I am today. Okay, hi, I'm editing right now, but a thing I forgot to say, things that happen to you are not your fault, but what you make of it and how you act in reaction to that is 100% your responsibility at the end of the day, because no one else is going to do it for you. Okay, thanks. Back to the video. You could call it a toxic mindset, because it's preventing you from growth. Eating disorder things, stuff like that, not being disciplined enough to go to the gym and make your food properly and eat properly, fueling your body properly. Again, I'm going to be blunt about this because I have to get the point across. It's extremely important. For me, I had a victim mindset And that's why a lot of things were not great for me. Because, you know, when I had an eating disorder, I blamed all kinds of external factors. I'm like, oh, these people bullied me in elementary school and middle school for being fat. That's why I have an eating disorder now. Oh, this person told me this. Like, I was just a kid. They shouldn't have said that. Sure, they should not have said that. But I was the person taking it personally, allowing it to control my life. That's why I had a victim mindset. Not only that, all of 2022, I had toxic people in my life, you know, toxic people in my inner circle, and it made me very depressed, honestly. And I would always, you know, just think to myself, why are these people like this? Why are they treating me like this? Why is this all I get? Instead of asking myself, why am I accepting this? Because again, that was the old victim mindset I had. And today, I try catching myself. I try being as self-aware as possible. Because now, I'm not perfect. Nah, absolutely. I'm 17 years old. I am still learning. I have lived a fraction of my life compared to those around me. Like my parents, my grandparents, everybody. And they've lived a long life and they're still alive and they're still learning. So again, that was very much a victim mindset from me. And that's why a lot of things just went left for me, because that's the picture that I chose to see. Your perception truly is your reality. And a lot of these things, it's like a hard pill to swallow, but it is the truth. The way you see something, that is the way it is. You can call it delusion, manifesting, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. And it is how you see it. So, you know, before I used to ask myself, why are these things happening to me? Today, I ask myself, what can I learn from this? Which is honestly, again, why I'm so grateful I've gone through so many things, allowed myself to go through so many things. Because a lot of the things I went through starting at 14 up until now, I kind of ended up putting myself in those situations because I had that victim mindset. And they were like, I could blame it on the smallest external factor and be like, oh, it's not my fault, and take zero accountability for it. But now I try taking as much accountability as possible. Again, I'm not perfect, I'm not amazing at doing these things, but these are big life lessons I've learned throughout the entire process, and things that I'm trying to incorporate as much as possible just to have a more purposeful life for myself. And again, I'm sharing this because it sucks having a victim mindset. Like, you're depressed all the time, you don't know what you want to do with your life, you just feel meaningless and hopeless. But it does not have to be like that, I promise you that. Like, coming from me, I've had so many low points in my life. I promise you, as soon as you change your mindset, your entire life and reality changes. And with the progress, you cannot be solely focused on the goal. You have to be focused on the journey. Like, I don't know if you know the saying, like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. That is 100% true. Because the only way you're really gonna make it, you cannot rely on motivation. That will not get you far. It'll get you far for like a week. Like, you'll feel great for a week, probably, something like that. But it's not, motivation does not take you all the way to the end. What does is discipline. I used to go to the gym with the mindset of, oh, I need to do this so I can look good. And now I consider it like breathing. Like, I don't even do it just to look good anymore. Like, no, it is an obligation for me to go to the gym now. That's just how I feel about it. It's just an obligation just for me to improve my experience of life overall. Because, you know, I feel so much better than I did 2 years ago, physically and mentally, because I have been at it for the last 6 months. And this is only a 6-month difference, by the way. I have so much farther to go. And I'm very excited for that. But again, you can't be too focused on the future, and you cannot be focused on the past. Because if you're stuck in the past, you're just depressed thinking about the past, what could have been. Okay, that could have been, but it has not been. So you can't control that. It's out of your control. You have to let it go. You can't be attached to things that are not here, because that just leads to more depression. Then if you're too focused on the future, you get extremely anxious. Oh, what if it doesn't happen? But what if this happens instead? That's why you can't be too focused on the future either. You have to be in the present. You have to learn to ground yourself in the present. And honestly, I'm not really I could make another video going into more detail about that, but that's generally it. You just have to learn how to enjoy the given moment that you have, because again, you don't know what could happen tomorrow, and yesterday, it's already gone. Doesn't really matter anymore. What matters is how you see it, how you choose to see it, how you choose to take what happened and go on with life. Because at the end of the day, the world is still going to continue like revolving around the sun, and that's just what it is. What does make a difference, what does matter, is you trying to make a difference. And it can be a small thing. You don't have to jump into all these things I'm saying right away into your life. You don't have to do that. But making small differences, like maybe waking up earlier, taking a cold shower once a day, or just showing up to the gym, or just cutting a specific food out of your life that's not good for you, like at least for a month or something. Another thing, if you have to cut something out of your life for a month, you should probably cut that out forever. It would probably make a huge improvement in your life. My biggest takeaways from this video: if you have a victim mindset, drop it. Try to drop it. If you don't really know what that means, grab a journal and start writing, or look up like prompts, like self-reflection prompts. Start writing about it. Just get to know yourself more, pretty much, like what's going on in your head. Try understanding your thoughts more, so you can learn to recycle and change your thought process for you to be able to be a more disciplined and happy person. To be happy, you can't be filling your life with temporary things, because you always want another thing, like another fix of something. The pursuit of happiness is literally like a drug addict, because it's like, oh, I'm happy now. I'm not as happy as when I just was. What else can make me happy? Like, it's the same thing as a drug addict. Like, oh, I have my fix. Okay. It's like wearing off. I need more of my fix. I need to go find more. It's the same thing. That's why you have to learn how to be thankful, appreciative, and just happy in the given moment, because that's all that you have right now. Right now, it is only the present moment. It's fine to be excited for things in the future, but what is extremely important for you to just appreciate your life overall, just to be a happy person, is to be grounded in the present moment, whether it's good or bad. And the main points for the fitness progress, to make more fitness progress, just stay consistent. Trust me, I promise you. Even if it looks like you're not making progress, I promise you are. And it's even better that you're at least making a better change for yourself, for your life, to, you know, go work out, get your body active, and to give your body fuel for it to grow properly, for it to function properly. Like, these are all good things to start incorporating in your life. And again, you will start noticing a difference eventually, as long as you stay consistent. I mean, I did it. If I can do it, you can do it. Up until 6 months ago, I genuinely thought I was gonna be chubby for my entire life, because I tried so many different things. I tried starving myself and doing cardio. I tried those like teas that make you poop the life out of you. I tried so many different things. But you really do just have to stay consistent with it. You really do. You have to trust the process. And again, the reason I say that I treat it like breathing is because when I was so obsessive about going to the gym, that was the one thing I looked forward to throughout my day. And that was it. That felt like the only purpose I ever had, just going to the gym just to look better. But today, because I consider it like breathing, like it's so important, like it's an obligation, like I just go when I start my day with that, I'm not so focused on the gym. But then like once like a month, I'll be like, oh wait, what progress have I made? Oh shoot, I've made some good progress. Like, you're not so obsessive, and then you start noticing the progress even more because you're not so fixated on it. But it's extremely important just to start doing it. And don't say, oh, I'll start on Monday, I'll start whenever. No, start as soon as possible. If you don't have a gym membership, do a workout in your room. Start eating, start making your own food prepping. If you need to, you could literally just make a smoothie with a bunch of protein. Like, again, look up the macronutrient calculator, find what you need, put a bunch of protein in a shake. Like, you can take baby steps, but as long as you're improving somehow in a day, like every single day, as long as you're improving somewhere in your life, you're already set. It doesn't have to be like all at once at all. It does not. It's an investment. Your biggest asset to invest in is yourself, because at the end of the day, that is all you truly have. Like, you could potentially lose everybody you know and love right now. You could. Now, I'm not saying focus on that. What I'm saying is invest in yourself so you can have a better quality of life as a human being, and you can open more doors to better quality people as well, better connections, just a better experience of life. My biggest takeaways for making progress: get in the gym, start eating enough of food. That's pretty much all you need. And just show up for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're doing this for you, not for anybody else. And you'll understand what I mean as soon as you start pretty much just becoming the person you want to be. Envision what you want for yourself and start showing up as that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, don't be afraid to contact me if you guys need anything, any questions, or if you have any recommendations for any other topic you guys want me to talk about. Thank you guys so much. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye.